This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Today's video is brought to you by Magic Spoon. One of the things I've talked about ad nauseum, I make myself sick having to talk about it so much, is Donald Trump's, whether it be abject fear of other or just plain old run-of-the-mill old-fashioned racism. And the other thing that I've talked about is the fact that we have to rely on both intrepid journalism, but also authors, people who write books, people who are connected to Donald Trump. We're learning so much from people who are telling their tale. The latest book is Mark Esper's book, apparently entitled A Sacred Oath. I have my opinions about people who chose to serve an authoritarian, autocratic administration, regime, if you will, but that's neither here nor there. He wrote a book and he's talked about some of the things that are alarming for a United States president who is so bereft of understanding of international relations, diplomacy, just basic things that should be on the tip of the tongue of a president. Just basic understanding of things. And in this case, as you know, because you clicked on the video, because you read the title or you saw the thumbnail, Donald Trump wanted to shut down every single U.S. embassy on the continent of Africa. There is zero reason for this, and it could only serve to harm the interests of the United States of America. At the hand of a man who raised his right hand, and swore an oath, he affirmed an oath to uphold the office of presidency, to faithfully execute the office of President of the United States. I'm going to read from this Rolling Stone article, and then I'm going to read from the actual excerpt from the book. Before I do, though, a word from today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. I have been doing my best this year to eat better, but it can be tough. Breakfast is especially difficult for me. I mean, who doesn't love to kick off their day with a donut or a bacon and jelly soaked biscuit? Am I right? But just because I am now focused on a healthier breakfast doesn't mean I have to eat a boring one. Magic Spoon is a breakfast cereal with several amazing flavors that you'll love, but without any of the bad stuff. Go to magicspoon.com/Dollemore to grab a variety pack and try it today. Make sure to use promo code Dollemore at checkout to save $5 off of your order. Magic Spoon cereals have 0 grams of sugar. 0 grams of sugar. 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. And one serving is only 140 calories. They are keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low carb. Try the variety pack again, which has 4 delicious flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. But I'm also hooked on both blueberry and maple waffle. You're seriously just going to have to try them all. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, they offer a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like the cereal for any reason, they'll refund you your money. No questions asked. Support this channel and healthify your breakfast with delicious, guilt-free cereal. Go to magicspoon.com/Dollemore and use code Dollemore to get $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for all the deliciousness and also for sponsoring this episode. So let's get into this. Here's the headline here. Trump wanted to shut down every U.S. embassy in Africa. Former Defense Secretary Mark Esper's new book has provided a wealth of insight into the unhinged. They're certainly not hinged. The unhinged, dangerous, and often racist directives the former, Rolling Stone, ex-president issued while in office. The revelations keep coming from Mark Esper's new book about his time in the Trump administration. Politico on Monday morning published a new excerpt from A Sacred Oath in which the former defense secretary expounds on the unhinged ideas Trump incessantly pushed and the efforts of those around him to convince the president to pursue more reasonable options One such idea was to shut down U.S. embassies in Africa. Quote, shut down the embassies in Africa, Esper writes that Trump said, noting that he did so regularly. Bring our people, U.S. diplomats, home. Trump hasn't exhibited very much affection for Africa's 50-plus countries since entering politics. He famously described African nations as shithole countries during an immigration debate in 2018, drawing widespread condemnation. Michael Cohen, the former president's former attorney and fixer, alleged during testimony as well as in his own memoir that Trump had previously asked him if he could name a country run by a black leader that wasn't a quote-unquote shithole. Trump also, of course, largely launched his political career on the racist idea that Barack Obama was secretly born in Africa. Donald Trump has a long history of bigotry, of racism. Just Google the Central Park 5 Donald Trump and you'll get a flavor of it. An acrid, poisonous flavor of Donald Trump's ideas surrounding race. He's a moron who yammers on incessantly about his genetics. I mean, he's a hair away from a eugenicist. So here's the actual, they go through here a little bit and talk about exactly what he said, but here's the full excerpt. Keep it in mind that this isn't just your racist uncle at the Thanksgiving dinner table. This is the President of the United States speaking to his Secretary of Defense. This is a man wielding actual, enormous, tremendous power. Again, reading from Mark Esper's book, I had only been on the job for a few weeks now, so this was my first encounter with Trump in this mode. It wouldn't be my last. Some of the things he was proposing were outlandish, such as a quote-unquote complete withdrawal of U.S. forces from South Korea, or the pullback of all military and diplomatic personnel from Africa. Quote, shut down the embassies in Africa, he often said. He often said. It wasn't just an off day for little Donnie. It was something he repeatedly said to the Secretary of Defense. And bring our people, U.S. diplomats, home. None of this was in our nation's interests, and as I calmly responded with facts, data, and arguments, I saw some irritation in him. I was the quote-unquote new guy pushing back. I knew right then and there that this job would be far more challenging than I had anticipated, to say the least. Well, on that note, this kind of goes back to my earlier opening thing. The people who chose to serve this man were either in it for their own self-interest to maybe sell a book, or not paying attention, because the writing was on the wall from the very moment that this dipshit came down the escalator and talked about rapists and Mexicans and all his nastiness, his racism that inflamed and gave permission to an unwashed, uneducated, low information voter base that lapped it up, that loved it. This is just more evidence of the danger that is Donald Trump. I get admonished a lot in comments and why are you still talking about Donald Trump? This is why. This is why. He's ostensibly running in 2024. He's not gone. It's not like, just ignore him and he'll go away. He's not going away. And even if he were to die today, Trumpism will still be with us. There's a slate of Trump-adoring candidates that are infiltrating government from the local level to the national level. That is why you must remain engaged. You must get more involved and active and organized in politics. We have to push back on this. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate your engagement. Thank you for subscribing and commenting and doing all the stuff that YouTubers beg you to do. Me included, I guess. Follow me on social media. I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram. I am on TikTok, at Dollemore, just about everywhere, at least those 3 places. And if you appreciate what I do, if I bring you some value on a day-to-day basis, please consider supporting my work, helping produce what I do right here. You can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, or you can click on over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways to help support and produce what I do and get involved at this level. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.